Hello, Goddess, and welcome to our latest energy check-in for Super Signs Sunday. We're doing another 7-card path to manifesting magic and miracles for our post 8/8 Lionsgate portal check-in. And with that, let's dive right in. Come with me into the forest for more than the trees. Let's discover and embrace all this intuition sees. Together we shall come to know that which we need to reclaim our power on this divine journey indeed. And with that, if you are new around here, my name is Rochelle, and I am the head goddess here at Empowerment Experiences, where we look for, find, and yes, we reclaim our power here along this, which is each our own self-love empowerment journey. And exactly as I'm saying that, right? We have patience, remembering to have patience with yourself on this journey, Goddess, because every single day is a brand new day. Every single day is you checking in with yourself and noting for yourself where you are on your journey, and are you being patient with your evolution, with your own healing, your own growth, your own process, your own journey to your freedom, your sovereignty, your true personal power of knowing that you have power over you and nobody else can. That is what you're doing here. You're taking back every bit of power that you either consciously or unconsciously or subconsciously acquiesced along your journey to date. It's time to take it back so that you can be experiencing the freedom that your soul craves. Your ego craves the freedom too, even though sometimes, right, our egos like to have that validation, and that external validation in particular is often the antithesis to freedom. Right? It keeps you trapped in this need for something that's outside of yourself. So in order to truly liberate yourself and connect with your own freedom, it's within. So tap back into that patience for you, Goddess, for yourself, and where you are on your journey. Let's see what this card is for truth. While you are on the path of discovering your deeper truth, your inner knowing, through experiencing this world, right? So with that, Goddess, let's discover the truth and certainty of what you need to ensure that you are very much on this path to manifesting magic and miracles. So with this, it's a special 7-card spread that each card represents something specific. And I do offer these spreads, and of course, general card readings if you would like, but this spread's a specific one. As I've said, path to manifesting magic and miracles. You want that clarity for where you are on your journey, that you are on the path that you are yearning to be on. Making sure I can fit all the cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is what we need. Here we are. And so let's check them out, shall we? Path to manifesting magic and miracles. First card. This is the energy of where you are, Goddess. This is what's going on. This is the loudest energy, the most profoundly impactful right now. It does not necessarily mean that it's the totality of the energy that you're experiencing. It's just what's the loudest right now. So right now, stillness. Again, we start this entire spread with patience. You must be anchoring into stillness in order to tap into and harness your power of patience. You have to be still. You can't be in your mind and overworking and running around. So you've gotten to where you are right now, and you are where you are right now because of stillness. You're being called to to allow for yourself greater stillness. You've been stepping into greater stillness. Just know that right now, that is exactly what is needed and is the energy of right now. So what led you to this space? Your expansion. You've been exploring and discovering and learning all these things about you through your experience and learning of the world around you. That is your expansion, goddess. That is you expanding the understanding of who you are, the overall perspective of what you would like to bring into this world, what you would like to experience in this world. All of that brought you to this space of stillness, to this space of greater patience for yourself. Because to be on this expansion journey, goddess, this healing journey, right, you've got to have patience for yourself, because you're going to be peeling back and revealing things about yourself that might not be very pleasant. You have to admit things to yourself that your ego especially might have preferred to not admit. That pride can be a little tough pill to swallow when you have to acknowledge and admit your own role in your experience here. That's all part of this expansion journey that you chose to embark upon. So card number 3 is what you need to surrender or shift to keep moving along this path, which, to reiterate, you're always on the right path, goddess. And I know so many of you need this reminder regularly. And I'm here for you. I'm here to give that reminder to you. So right quick, let's do it together. I am where I am, and I am exactly where I am supposed to be. Because you are, goddess. You are where you're supposed to be. And if you were supposed to be anywhere other than where you are, you would be. So, patience, stillness, being certain, knowing in the truth that you are where you are supposed to be. So this is what you have to focus on to continue moving along the path you are on. Well, that transformation, goddess, becoming that butterfly. You get to create for yourself and for this world who you are. You get to show up fully expressed. And that's what you're being called to continue doing along this journey, is to be stepping more into your truth of you, into the power of you, the knowing of who you are, and standing firm in that. Trusting that this journey is always as it's supposed to be. Even when you're in that cocoon or in the chrysalis and it's excruciating. It hurts. All of this change is underway and you feel so uncertain, so unsure of what's coming next. But this is why tapping into your knowing, your truth of who you are inside you is the very armor that is needed for whatever may come your way from the outside world. This is why your inner knowing, your power being inside you, is so poignant, so important. So card number 4 is the challenge that you may be facing right now, what you're being confronted with, which is the opportunity for growth or any perceived obstacles that may distract, hinder, or otherwise complicate your progress, this transformation progress. Being aware of what might be hiding in the shadows. Refuge. You might want to be hiding in the shadows. You may want to shut yourself off from people as you're going through these changes. But I assure you, goddess, there are people in your life who know this journey along with you, who are experiencing this right along with you, who may also they themselves think that they need to just shut themselves down, don't want to be a burden to others. You're not a burden, goddess. You're not a burden. You don't need to hide from the world. You don't need to pretend that everything is okay when it's not. That's part of this journey, is learning that truth of you, that it is an act of self-love for you to allow others to be there with you, to show support of you, even if it's just that reassuring word, if it's just the acknowledgement that you're not going through this alone, that you are not alone in this transformation. And right now, there's so much happening that it has become a major awareness for me, and it's definitely been something I've noticed in others, that the long-term goals right now, they're very challenging to clarify. They're very challenging to even connect with a long-term goal. And so right now we're all being called to be very present, very, again, in this stillness, because there's so much upheaval, there's so much change underway in the outside world, that all you can do is focus on your inside world. Because that is where your power lies, Goddess. That is where you can make the greatest change, is in you, to heal the things inside of you, to transform, to transmute these things into the calm, the stillness, the patience, the certainty in you that everything is working out no matter what. That even in the midst of chaos, you are experiencing calm in that storm. The stillness that is within you, Goddess. So you've got to cultivate that and allow for that. It doesn't mean, like I said, that you hide yourself away from the world, but rather you are the calm that shows up in the midst of the storm. This is why you're being called to really focus within and ground yourself, really anchor into this stillness and this knowing that you are the calm. There's another mantra. It's the CSP practice, and it's a breathwork practice. It's really simple. You close your eyes, you take a deep breath in through your nostrils, and you exhale gently out of your mouth, and then you say, I am calm. And then you inhale and you exhale and you say, I am serene. Then you inhale and you exhale and you say, I am peaceful. And you keep doing that. I am calm, I am serene, I am peaceful, for however many times it takes for you to achieve greater calm, greater serenity, and greater peace. You are the catalyst, Goddess. You're the power source. Okay? Card number 5 is the energy, where your power of inspired action is. So this is where you're being called to be looking to take your next steps right now. Greater self-love. Letting in the love. Again, back to this, you're not a burden, Goddess. You're not a burden. You don't need to shut yourself off. You don't need to shut yourself down. You're here to shine your light. You're here to share your love with the world, and in turn, allow the world to share its love with you. So let it. Practice greater flowing of love. Practice for yourself letting love in more, letting the universe support you more, letting those who love and support you to support you more. The only ones who ever close ourselves off, the only ones who, you, Goddess, it's you. You're the one that's closing yourself off. And sometimes it can seem as though you're asking yourself, but how? How am I doing that? Any bit of resistance that you have, if you're focusing on something you don't want, that is in turn blocking what you do want. So if you can instead pivot your perspective to where you're focusing on things that feel good, things that feel like love, the ways you feel supported. Look in your life and acknowledge for yourself all the ways you're being supported by the universe, by those in your life who love and support you, all the ways that love is flowing in. Allow yourself to be immersed in the love of the universe. That's your step right now. That's what you've got to be focusing on, is expanding the love inside you. I mean, imagine, Goddess, if we filled each our own cups so full of love that they then overflow into those around us. We take that self-responsibility to fill our own cups. And we keep filling them so full that, again, they can't help but overflow into the world around us. Think of how full and how loving and how incredible this world would be. Card number 6 is the magic card, which is the magic in you. You call on this energy, the magic in you, the magic in the universe. This is the magic that is going to weave itself, like I see it, like all the lights and the lasers, right? Weaving itself all through this experience. This is the magic. Flexibility. And look, we were just talking about all those things, all the flexible, all of the lasers bending and moving and running, being flexible. Being flexible with yourself, flexible with the unfolding of your journey, flexible with how you're being supported, Goddess. It might not look how you think it should look. That's why this card is here, is because the magic is in you being flexible. You letting the universe love you and support you the way the universe is seeking to love and support you. Be flexible. The need for control is all ego, because the ego wants to keep you safe. Well, you're safe regardless, and you've got to be the one to remind yourself of this. Then you can actually realize for yourself that you're definitely always safe here. You're not going to, quote, make it out alive, so to speak, from this world. You're just passing through. So stop being afraid of the unknown and instead be welcoming to it. Be open to the unknown. Be flexible to it, because you don't know what's coming. That's why it's called the unknown. You don't know it's there. So don't be blocking yourself off. Keep moving bit by bit along this path, because you're on the path, Goddess. You're exactly on the path. And so, therefore, the last card in this spread is the miracle card. This is the overall guidance needed for this reading, needed for your current space where you are. This is what you need to know for this overarching thing as to your path to manifesting magic and miracles. Oh, the miracle is the chaos, Goddess. From chaos comes order. It's challenging to create something new when you have things in the way. You can't build a building when there's already a building built there. That kind of thing, right? And so sometimes a storm will blow through and clear that path. Creates chaos. However, in the clearing of that chaos, in the clarifying journey of chaos to calm, creating calm from chaos, creating that peace out of the chaos, right? The chaos is the contrast. And if you want calm, serene, and peaceful, well, here's the chaos, the miracle that's going to empower you to truly create that calm and peaceful freedom that you have been asking for. So trust in this chaos as it's unfolding, Goddess. Trust in the knowing that where you are is exactly where you're supposed to be. That from chaos does come order. And I just realized I don't have my things to look up our angel numbers, so we are going to be utilizing this instead. Oh my goodness, here we go. This one just flipped. I thought there was another one that just flipped. Nope, that's it. And we have, oh, look at that, so beautiful. And these are the Crystal Mandala activation cards. And this one is Angel Amitiel and Blue Obsidian Revelation. Oh my goodness. And this is why we needed these, because here we are, the Truth card. I open my heart to the truth. I am willing to see clearly with courage and peace in my heart. I am strong enough to be flexible and accommodate new information and higher perspectives. I trust in the perfect love and wisdom that dwell within my heart. I am capable of growth. I joyfully rely on the higher divine timing that governs the unfolding of my healing journey and my life path. Clarity and peace awaken within me now. The summarization, the true crystal mandala activation of this incredible path to manifesting magic and miracles spread. Because that's what it comes down to, Goddess. As we've said, being open to the unknown, being flexible to the unfolding of what the universe is bringing into your life and your journey. And with that, dear Goddess, thank you so much for connecting today and listening to this entire reading. If you would like your own personal reading, you can book one today at IamEmpowered.as.me. Again, this is the 7-card Path to Manifesting Magic and Miracles spread. There are, of course, extra cards that we utilize. The 7 card is just the main foundation of the spread. So with that, I look forward to seeking and finding your clarity and your power along your journey, Goddess. And with that, I remind you that the power is in your hands, Goddess, because that power is and always has been inside you. Namaste.